And joining us now for a special edition Blue Streaks halftime show interview is the head women's basketball coach for your John Carroll Blue Streaks, entering her third season with the program as head coach, Beth Andrews. Beth, thank you so much for sitting down with us.
Logan, thank you for having me here. I'm excited to head into another year.
Absolutely. So I know we're getting into this year early, the 2022-2023 season, but a fantastic 21-22 season for your Blue Streaks. OAC regular season champions. You were tournament runners-up and made it to the second round of NCAA's, a dominant first-round win over Elizabethtown. What did you take away from last season that you're looking forward to seeing this season?
I think what I take away is that kind of first win that we had at the NCAA tournament. We were able to play everybody on the bench since our starters and top kids came out really focused with a lot of energy. It allowed everybody to get a taste of what an NCAA tournament feels like. And we returned a lot of those then freshmen that are now sophomores, and they kind of have that expectation for themselves that they want to get back there. If it's not this year, it's next year for sure. And they also know what it takes to get to the OAC championship, to build on an OAC regular season championship. A lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of extra practices, and a lot of team chemistry. So I think that having that group of sophomores return and a couple juniors, they're able to kind of preach to now a young group of freshmen and transfers just on what it takes to kind of repeat and keep us moving in the right direction.
And you talk about a lot of that youth from last season now turning into sophomores, even potentially juniors and seniors. I believe from last year's roster, I counted 6 graduates. They all had starting experience, including, you'd have to argue, 2 of the top 5 players in conference history, Nicole Heffington, Olivia Nagy. Certainly some big shoes to fill.
For sure.
But who would you say are some returning players from last year to be on the lookout for this season?
Yeah, Kaylin Underwood and Jalen Hoffman, I mean, they've been a key to this program for 4 years. They've just unfortunately taken that back seat to really, really talented players. But Kaylin and Jalen are the ones that went against them every day and really worked and helped make them better. They made each other better. They pushed each other. They've both got playing time the last 4 years. So they totally bring bench and game starter experience. They really know what's going on. They know how to handle it and how to lead. Maddie Petrowski and Hallie Landys both got important minutes last year, especially in that NCAA tournament when we had those unfortunate injuries and sicknesses at the end of our season last year. So they were thrown into big time money games and they just had to figure it out. I'm not happy how it happened, but I am excited that they did get that experience because now they know what to expect. And then, my freshmen and my transfers, while they're young, I recruit from winning programs. So they're used to winning and they want to win. So really, it's just kind of figuring out the chemistry and putting it all together. And I think that we're really going to be able to surprise some people.
And certainly a lot of those younger players last year were able to get plenty of quality minutes, not just in the regular season, but like you mentioned, OAC tournament championship and NCAA tournament first round. And so you were talking about a few of those returning names for this season. How about some new names potentially for Blue Streak Nation to be on the lookout for?
Yeah, I mean, we've got 7 freshmen and they're all doing such a great job. But Ava Rincars from Aurora and Bella from Menor, Carmen Huker, Carmen from Botkins. Those 3, they're really, really standing out and making some noise, and they're doing a great job on kind of fitting in where they need to fit in. And then, we've got a transfer, Ange Antonio, who is such a leader already on the court. Like, her voice really carries and people listen. And she's a transfer junior, so she kind of understands kind of how that college basketball works, and she's definitely making, an effort. And then Kaylee McKinney from Milford is also just a rebounding magnet at practice right now. It's kind of hard to keep her off the boards, but I'm really proud of all of my freshman transfers. They're all doing a good job, and the best part is they are so funny and make us laugh every day, make each other laugh every day. So it's a really true, I enjoy coming to work.
And that's certainly great to hear. It's, one thing, you are playing basketball, obviously, and quite a lot of it, but it is that bonding and that off-the-court experience as well that helps the team ultimately build and succeed. So, once again, John Carroll women's basketball head coach Beth Andrews is our guest for a special edition halftime interview, and you're kind of mentioning a little bit of how practice has been going. How has practice and preparation been going for this offseason leading into this one?
Really great. With this young group, we've had to do a lot of teaching, which I think is important for even the older girls, just kind of going over the basics again. And the challenge that we've given them this year is kind of figuring out our identity and who we are as a team and what's something they're going to bring every single night. And, the seniors and captains, they came up with being scrappy and being a defensive kind of gnat. So that's our emphasis every practice, is just doing basic drills to kind of muscle memory ourselves as a defensive unit. But what I will say is we go fast. We're getting through things, and I look at my staff or the girls and I'm like, it's only been an hour and 15, an hour and 20 minutes. We're done, and the best part about moving fast and getting practice practice done is when we bring it in that huddle and we do our chant or whatever, I walk back to my office and no one's following me. They are all in the gym with my assistants, Kelsey Michaels and Mike Marcinko, and they're just shooting and they're working with the pad and they are doing shots over 6'4" and trying to finish through contact. They just really aren't satisfied with where they're at. They all want to get better and they know they have to. They have to consistently get shots up and, do individual work in order to kind of, sustain where we want to be. But that's my favorite part is if you got a group that's willing to stay after practice, come before, you're in a good place. So really, really proud of all of their effort because it's 1 through 17 that stays in that gym or comes early. So it's a really great, great feeling for me to hear.
Yeah, and it sounds like not just working smarter, not harder during practice, but even taking it upon themselves after practice.
Right.
Certainly a good sign of what is to come for this season. And something else you talked about as well, you do have plenty of new players, but also a pair of new coaches as well. Coaches Kelsey Michaels and Mike Marcinko, you already mentioned them. What will these two coaches bring to the team this season?
Yeah, great question. Mike is got more experience than years I've been alive. So he's been at multiple institutions at all different levels, high school level, college level, D1. He's done scout, film, game prep, you name it, he's done it. And what he's bringing to us right now is really breaking down film with plus minuses to really help the girls understand how to be impactful in a game. It's not just about points. There's so much more to the game. And really trying to help them. Like if you're not scoring, but you rebound, you had an assist, and you didn't have any turnovers, you're doing good things for us. And the girls are listening and really understanding that. Kelsey really is bringing such positive energy and skill development to the staff that the girls are always, can I get a workout in? Can I do this? How can I do this better? What can I do here? And they want to be around her, which is really, really exciting because if you've got kids that want to be in your office and want to be in the gym with you and she competes with them, she shoots with them, defends them, it also makes it more like, okay, if you can do it, so can I. So I think that as a staff, we just really have great vibes, lots of energy, and we're just trying to make it fun while keeping it competitive and letting the girls know that we're there for them. I think that's really important.
That's awesome. Certainly a job to do, but want to have fun while you're doing it for sure. So, and I know we've talked plenty about basketball on the court, but now just moving a little bit off of the court, talking about you a little more personally now. Just shortly after the 21-22 season, you welcomed your second child. Congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
That was in May. How was life as a mother of two now treating you?
It's very fun. I think that, Jack's arrival was a great timing, and I got to enjoy a lot of family time at home in the summer, really getting into my schedule, getting organized on how I'm going to handle the season. But he's a great baby. He's a big baby. He sleeps, and Tony is in school now. So really, my life is as organized as it can be, and I really wouldn't be able to do it without my husband, who helps pick up the slack when I'm not around, because for the next 18 weeks, it is Wednesdays and Saturdays, I'm basically a non-existent parent. But I wouldn't trade it for anything because I get to come to work and be with my second family. But my husband and my family at home really, they handle it. They make it seem in control, even if it's not. And I'm able to kind of focus on what I need to when I'm here.
Fantastic. That sounds good, Beth. And also, too, again, talking about a lot of basketball court, what do you enjoy doing when you're not on the basketball court?
That's a great question. I'm a homebody. When I'm home, I just love to have my candles lit and be cooking in my kitchen, playing with my kids. That's what I want to be doing all the time if I'm not here.
You know what? You do mention cooking. I actually also this week interviewed men's head coach Pete Moran. He said that was his number one passion.
I do. He tells me sometimes we swap recipes back and forth. He's like, I got to run to the store and get this for a meal, and you wouldn't expect it, but he does. He cooks up some impressive things, and we do talk about that, and my favorite thing is I'll bring leftovers in for the girls, too, and get to hear their kind of thoughts on it, because I know that they're not cooking right now. It's mostly like chicken and salad and whatever the calf's serving. So yeah, I definitely love to share my home life with my team here, and I love talking to the staff, around campus on what they kind of do too. More personal for sure.
Sounds like potentially maybe a combined men's and women's basketball team dinner, the coaches cook?
I think that's a great idea. We could do a cook-off, maybe a meatball cook-off, me and Pete. I think we can I think I would win, but I think it'd be fun to do.
That certainly sounds like it. Well, now just kind of going into our final segment here of our interview, Beth, I want to thank you once again for sitting down with us. I do this on the John Carroll Football Preview Show. I did it with Coach Moran earlier this week as well. I'll do it for you too. I call it Fast Favorites. It's just a couple fast favorite things to just talk about.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I know you talked about cooking a lot. Yeah. Favorite food?
Mexican.
Not a lot of hesitation there for sure.
Tacos and quesadillas for sure.
Your favorite show?
Grey's Anatomy.
Okay. Favorite movie?
Oh, I am terrible at movies. I'm not going to lie. I'll go classic. I'll go Forrest Gump. Classic movie.
Okay. Favorite music artist?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
More than one is fine.
I'll say Dan and Shay.
Okay. And finally, your favorite all-time basketball player.
Ooh, me and my husband Jordan fight about this a lot, but I'm going to go Michael Jordan because you can't not say Michael Jordan, but there is something I love about LeBron James. I know he left us terribly, but man, what a stud. But I'm going with Michael Jordan. Just in case Jordan's listening.
I guess, and I guess the expression is going to be now great coaches think alike because Coach Moran, same answer.
Michael Jordan.
Said you have to say Michael Jordan. And regarded by many as the greatest of all time. So, Beth, that's just about all the time we have for our interview. Do want to thank you once again for sitting down with us, and best of luck this season to your John Carroll Blue Streaks.
Thank you, and I appreciate your time and for always looking after us. So I'm excited for this year.
Absolutely, as are we at WJCU. That was John Carroll women's basketball head coach Beth Andrews on the Blue Streaks Halftime Show. And coming up, the rest of the Blue Streaks Halftime Show, right here on your home for John Carroll basketball, WJCU.